Veen crouched near the decaying stone archway, his breast shallow as he traced the alien symbols etched into its surface. The ruins had been abandoned for centuries, yet the air still pulsed with an unseen force. This archaeological site, hidden deep beneath the earth, was supposed to be untouched. No one had stepped foot here for generations. But something felt wrong. A faint, melodic hum drifted through the chamber. It wasn't mechanical, nor was it natural. It was more like a voice whispering at the edge of hearing. Veen tensed. His flashlight flickered as if protesting his presence. Then he saw it. Beyond the archway lay a hidden chamber, bathed in soft, golden light. At its center stood a figure, completely unclothed, radiating an ethereal glow. Her iridescent skin shimmered, shifting in hues from pale silver to deep violet with each breath. She was strikingly alien, taller than human, her elongated limbs moving with a graceful fluidity. Veen froze, instinct warring with curiosity. He hadn't meant to intrude. He thought he was alone. But now, he was staring at something that defied reality. A sharp gasp shattered the silence. The woman whirled around, her luminous eyes widening in horror. Within a heartbeat, her expression morphed from shock to fury. "You!" she hissed, her voice carrying an unnatural resonance. "You have seen me uncovered human." Veen stumbled back, hands raised in surrender. "Wait, I didn't mean to." Her movements were blindingly fast. In the time it took him to blink, she had seized a translucent fabric from the ground and wrapped it around herself. It clung to her like liquid silk, concealing her form yet failing to diminish her overwhelming presence. "You do not understand what you have done," she snapped, her fingers curling into fists. For a moment, it seemed as though she might strike him. Veen's mind raced. Was she a guardian? A lost traveler? He had spent years studying ancient extraterrestrial ruins, but nothing had prepared him for this. "I swear," he said slowly, "I didn't mean to intrude. I thought this place was abandoned." Her gaze burned into him. "Abandoned? This is sacred ground." His stomach tightened. "Then why are you here?" She hesitated, something flickering across her expression. Uncertainty, vulnerability. Then, with visible reluctance, she straightened. "That does not matter. What matters is what you've seen. And now, because of it," she exhaled sharply, pressing her fingers to her temple as if in pain. "You must marry me." Veen's brain short-circuited. "What?" Her voice hardened. "You have witnessed me in my unguarded state. Among my people, this is a grave dishonor. The only way to restore it," her jaw clenched, "is for us to be bonded. If we do not, they will kill us both." Silence stretched between them, thick with unspoken consequences. Veen let out a shaky breath. "You're serious." Her gaze remained unwavering. "Completely." He cursed under his breath. He was an archaeologist, not a diplomat, and certainly not a man who had planned on accidentally offending an alien woman to the point of forced marriage. Yet here he was. "All right," he said cautiously, his mind spinning. "Let's say I agree. What exactly does bonded mean? Some kind of ritual?" She studied him, her expression unreadable. "It is more than a ritual. It is a joining, a bond that cannot be undone. It is not something taken lightly." The weight of her words settled over him like a stone. And yet the alternative, death, wasn't particularly appealing. Veen exhaled. "Then I guess I don't have a choice." The alien woman's expression softened, just for a moment. Then she straightened, her voice firm. "Good," she said, "because they're already coming for us." Veen barely had time to react before she seized his wrist. The warmth of her skin sent an unexpected jolt through him, like static electricity, but deeper, more primal. Her grip was firm, urgent. "You have chosen," she said, her voice low but steady. "Then we must complete the bond before they arrive." A distant tremor rumbled through the cavern. The unseen threat, whoever was coming for them, was getting closer. Veen had no idea who they were, but every instinct in his body screamed that he didn't want to find out. "All right," he said, forcing himself to focus. "How do we do this? Is there a ceremony? A contract? Please don't tell me it involves a blood oath." Zelara shot him a sharp look. "We do not have time for humor. Humor is the only thing keeping me from panicking. He shot back. She exhaled sharply, then tightened her grip. The bond is not a contract. Human. It is a merging. Of essence. Of life. Veen's stomach twisted at the weight of her words. You're making this sound a lot more permanent than I'd like. Zelara lifted her chin. Because it is. Once the bond is formed, our fates will be intertwined. If one of us is harmed, the other will feel it. If one of us dies, she hesitated, the intensity in her gaze never wavering, the other will not survive for long. Veen's pulse pounded. This was no marriage of convenience. This was something far more dangerous. And yet, what choice did he have? Another tremor rocked the ground, sending dust cascading from the cavern ceiling. Echoes of approaching footsteps filled the air, strange, rhythmic, inhuman. Zelara's fingers curled tighter around his wrist. Now, human, do not resist. Before he could react, she placed her free hand over his chest. And everything changed.